Okay. As a DJ, what are your thoughts on DJs using CDJs over vinyl?
I say whatever works for you, use it. I mean, I used vinyl for years. I never really got into the whole CD movement because it was more like not my instrument. I'm a percussionist by trade, so when I came up, I picked my instrument as a DJ, which was the turntable. I related the turntable as a percussion instrument, just like the other percussion instruments that I played. The things that you could do with the turntable or that I could do scratching, beat juggling wise, I just felt most comfortable. That was my instrument. It's like taking a trumpet player and giving him a trombone. It's a brass instrument, but it's not quite the same. It makes similar sound, but I mean, and you can do a lot of things now with the CDJs, but I just always felt more comfortable on turntables. But that doesn't mean that CDJs are whack. Like, you know, they sound good, everything's dope, you can do a lot of stuff with them. And now I actually use Serato because I can use my instrument, the turntable, and be able to play MP3s as you could on CDJ. And you can actually do a lot more with them, you know, with Serato because it gives you all these new capabilities and it completely opens the doors and knocks down all the limitations of just vinyl. So I love vinyl. I still buy vinyl every day, but I end up converting it to MP3 because it's just there's so much more you can do with Serato than you can with vinyl.
Okay.
But it is vinyl. It's better for the environment. Less waste. Pressing records is really bad for the environment, although I love records.
All right. What inspires your music?
Oh, that's a broad one. Everything.
What do you think inspires you most as a musician?
Everything. I mean, as far as a producer, everything that I watch, listen, anyone I talk to, experience I have. You go to the beach, you're inspired by the waves in the ocean. You know, you're in the car and you're listening to the radio, you're inspired by, you know, the jazz or whatever you're hearing on the radio. You know, it just depends on what experience. So experiences in general. I watch TV, watch movies, and I'm, you know, influenced and inspired by the movies I see. So everything.
Aside from Urban Assault, you also work with DJ Analyze, is Twice as Nice, and you also do Into the Jungle with MC Tali.
Right.
And Reed Speed.
Yes.
What do you like to do in your spare time? Do you get any spare time other than working with those crews?
No. No, if I have any spare time, and I know Reed is like this too, I just want to do nothing, which is so rare, but it's because you're doing so much all the time. And people say this, you know, if you have a career, it's like you never have enough time. And if you have a job, it's you know, like if you're going to your job, like say I used to work as a waitress, it was a job. You know, you couldn't wait to get off. And then you had time to yourself when you were off. But when you have like a career or a dream that you're pushing towards, there's never enough time in the day to get everything done. So you're constantly working because you just feel driven to do this thing that you just have to do. So yeah, there's no spare time. So when I do have it, I just like to hang out with my cats and my husband and just chill and do absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Watch mindless television or something.
With all your many projects you're working on, what's next for Shortee?
We have a lot of releases coming out. My husband and I, under the name Urban Assault. We just dropped a remix of Do You Believe on Restless Natives Recordings, which is out of the UK. I also just did a mix for Easy Records for the Jungle Story album. And then, so in October, we have a remix of Crank, which is MC Skibidi. And it was originally done by Nikki Black Market and DJ Fantasy. And so we did a remix of it. And then on the flip side, we have another song called Easy Run Things. And that's coming out in October. And then we have some releases coming out on our own label as well. And we're launching our label digitally to our drum and bass part. Because then I also have a Battle Records hip-hop style label. So we release like DJ Tool, scratch records and stuff like that. So we're working on the next scratch record. The last one was called Bikini Wax. And it was actually the first one ever solely produced by females. Myself.
I love that album.
And my girl Step One. And actually the reason why we did it is because I used to battle. I don't battle anymore. But when you're battling as a female, it's very hard for you to find pieces. that you can use against guys with a female vocal that actually sounds like you dissing a person. So we wanted to compile a bunch of battle samples that females could use, but then males could use it too. We tout the phrase "strong enough for a man but made for a woman." So guys can use the phrases against guys, but girls can use them against guys, and guys can't use them against girls, kind of like that. But then there's also dope scratch sounds and beats and stuff like that too. So it's not just for battling. So we made that. So we're working on the second one, which is tentatively titled Razor Burn, play off Bikini Wax. And then my husband and I are working on another one as well. So we got the drum and bass label with that we're going to do some breaks as well, and maybe some dubstep coming out soon. And then the battle record, pop style.
Very cool. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Wait, this at the end of the year, and this is a long time coming because they've been filmed for a while. I got 3 new DVDs coming out. They're instructional, but they're very. After teaching at the Scratch Academy for like almost 4 years, I've really honed in on my curriculum. So the previous DVDs were filmed like 7 years ago. Like they're old. They're still dope, but I've really honed in on the curriculum. So I made 3 new ones. One's just scratching, one's just mixing, one's just beat juggling. They come with a workbook and records, so you're using the audio that I'm using in the DVDs, and it's very organized. Exercises that are done in DVDs are put out in the workbook, and with educational exercises and stuff like that. It'll also be, everything's green, which means the DVDs are in packs, so it's all better. And then the workbook is ebook, which means it's all digital, so we won't be like wasting trees and stuff on paper, which means it can be constantly updated too. So we're very excited about it. It should be ready for the holidays, and it's called Shortee's DJ Workshop.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much for being here with us tonight. This is Concrete Jungle TV. I'm Lola. This is DJ Shortee. Check out Concrete Jungle Milwaukee every second Thursday at Club 3. That's 722 Milwaukee Street. And this month we're also starting a new night. It'll be the last Thursday of every month at Club Havana. Check us out online, www.concretejunglemke.com.